Now, don't get me wrong, the farming itself is super amazing and immersive, but it's not the number one reason why I fell in love with Farming Simulator 19. It's actually because of all the other things that you can do with it, especially, particularly, the number one thing that you might have seen in the channel, trucking. Look at this bad boy right here. And in this video, I'll share more on what you can do and what I love to do in Farm Sim 19. Let's do this. Hey guys, Clumsy here. And yeah, you might have noticed a dozen of farm streams in the previous week. And that's because I'm totally addicted to this game right here. Not because of the farming itself, although that's part of it, but mainly because of all the other things that you can do, the trucking aspects that I've been missing ever since I started trucking. So, let me give you a peek of what that is. So this truck in particular is a mod. It has a hook trailer. First time actually even seeing a hook trailer and how it works. Now for those of you who have no clue, welcome to the club. That's exactly how I felt before I started and tried this one. The interior is not as detailed as how you would expect it from trucking. A lot of static elements in here. The dashboard is not 100% accurate. It's not 100% animated. The GPS is a static image. You can find many faults, but for all its faults, show the HUD there. It can do so much. Also, one of the faults, speaking of faults, look at this guy. Oh, that looks painful. That might not be the recommended driving position if you're planning to drive for hours and hours on end, right? But the cool thing here in Farming Simulator is that you can actually interact with the trailers and you have the option of doing your own configurations and all your own different styles and mix and match different setups. So you can see all the stuff here at the right, on my right. We'll test all those out. But first things first, let me show you how a truck trailer, a hook trailer behaves, okay? So let's position right here. Now a hook trailer apparently does things like this. And it actually reaches to the back. And that's how it gets all these different types of trailers. So with a hook trailer like this setup, you can actually connect like that. And when you bring it back, it's going to like carry that over. And that's how you get that entire tank at your back. And that's only one setup, one possible setup, right? You can also do that same thing on that tipper trailer right there. So you have all these possibilities, mix and match depending on what you need. So depending on what you need in the farm, you can combine these and you can get a tanker and a trailer and all that stuff. And this is what I absolutely love to do in my farm. And you even have the capability of connecting multiple trailers, not only one trailer at your back, but depending on the setup in this particular mod I'm using, you can actually connect. And look at this. This is a dolly, right? This is a dolly trailer. So normally when you reverse, good luck reversing because of that dolly. But this mod in particular, and that's amazing, is the Farm Sim engine is capable of doing that. You can actually lock the dolly so that when you reverse, it behaves like a normal trailer. So you can reverse with ease like so. And that is something that I have been forever wishing for in ETS2. Because that kind of feature is in real life, right? So here, it's locked, we reverse successfully, and now we can attach more trailers, and that is how you make a road train here. Yeah, so it's up to you how many trailers you want. You can have a limited number of trailers at your back, connect to each one, and that can be a thing. My goodness, that just unlocks so many possibilities. What I love doing here in this farm is combining a trailer a tanker and a tipper trailer so that I can carry water and manure in one trip. Because this map that we're at, it's Sussex Farms, and the map maker made a certain feature available where you can deliver manure and water to different farms across the map, and it will get you money. So let's go and do this. You've seen this before, but this time for a trailer. And it's not going to accept it if it's that much crooked, so I'll have to align it properly. But the same concept applies, and thanks to that locking of the dolly, we can reverse like this without so much of a problem. The only thing is, yeah, I can't really reverse in first person because the first person is quite limited here. So there we can attach, and we can not that one, up aboard. Beautiful. Look at how amazing that's looking like, right? Beautiful. And now we have a proper tandem setup actually, but differing trailers. And look at, if you look at the load on the lower right, we have both manure and water. Yeah. So this is what I like to do when I'm farming. Yeah, I leave the farming to the other guys in the server. Also, let us go ahead and enable the traffic just so you guys will have a bit more excitement on the roads. Now, being exposed to the traffic in Farming Simulator, it made me appreciate the traffic in ETS2 and ATS. We've all had our complaints, right? But yeah, apparently we haven't seen anything yet. Because the AI here, they have no respect for the rules, no yield signs, no, yeah, they are basically blind to where you are. They kind of stop sometimes if you get lucky, but yeah, it's not really, it's on a very, how do you say, rare occasion that that happens. So let me take you on a tour on how I truck in Farming Simulator. So this is one of the farms where we can deliver stuff to. I think I have it locked. Yeah, don't lock your dolly. Otherwise, you'd be having a hard time reversing and going forward rather if you have your dolly locked. And so this is one of the farms up ahead. Also, you can see we have seasons enabled and we are in the middle of autumn. Look at those beautiful trees, right? Yeah, so thanks to mods, Farming Simulator is so much more capable than how it is in the default variant, the vanilla game. So here is the mushroom farm. Here is where we can deliver the manure and water. We'll see that later. First, I'll have to disconnect the trailer at the back. For some reason, it doesn't want to unload the water if that's connected. And I'll go close to this water tank right here to unlock that point. I think it should be something like that. If you look at the rear view mirrors, they're not the best. You can see something of them, but you cannot adjust them, and they're sometimes too close, like the field of view is too close. But there. So start overloading of the water. And if you look at the stats here, water level, manure fill level, 20%. You can feel that. Right. That's good. And now we can get the manure in. The manure goes on that other side, that like pit, that cement, where you can dump it in. So we go back to our trailer. If I can find it at least. I'm going to try and stay in first person, even though that's pretty dangerous in this view. There it is. But yeah, my trucker nature is shining and coming out. Even though I'm playing Farming Simulator 19, I'm still mostly trucking. This is the number one thing I do. And then the actual farming work, working the fields, I usually just possession it and then I hire the helpers to help me out. But yeah, I'm not a farmer by nature. I'm a city boy, so I know nothing about the farming aspects, but I'm learning a lot. But yeah, still, this is my favorite thing, the farming, the trucking aspect. So here, reversing with the dolly normally is a problem, but you lock it, So if you're playing with this mod, you can see the V key, lower pickup. It's not really lowering it. You'll see the icon in the upper left going down like that. But that's just basically locking the dolly so that you can reverse easier. And then for unloading, enable the other, activate that other spot right there. Position ourselves and there, unload the manure. You can see the manure filling up on that pit, right? Super cool. Now we see both of them are filled 100%. So yeah, that's what I do offline. And there are like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around 5, 6 farms in this map right here in Sussex Farms. Let me show you the map. This is the map we're at. That's the main farm. We are right here. That's a farm where you can deliver manure and water to. That's one more. And all the other stuff. And that will give us a lot of income. As the time goes by, every hour it gives you a steady income. And that's why we have $1 million here in the bank, which is not a normal level of money that you get. So it's a bit cheaty at times because it gives a lot, but it plays very well to my trucking nature. Yeah, I'm not a farmer by nature, but I think I would really enjoy the trucking aspect of it. Now, yeah, to be fair, it's not very realistic. The physics, there's not even a gear. You can't even shift here. So it's just like from 0 to 67 or 68, whatever the top speed is. Miles per hour. Even the dashboard isn't working, right? Only the revs and the speedo is working. The others are static. The GPS is static. But still, you get to enjoy it in a way. It's kind of fun delivering this and knowing that it actually is helping your farm as a whole. So there is a bit of like continuity in there. You're on a mission. This is very much equivalent to the missions we're doing in Truck Sim, just in a very different format on a more interactive level. But yeah, the hook trailer really hooked me. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the pun, but I absolutely fell in love with that. And it's like, I'm going to buy this truck. Activate this mod. I'll try and remember to post the links to this particular truck. I think this is done by FS19 or something his name is. But he has his own website. I'm going to link to that website so you guys can do that on your own as well. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Lock that. Now, because we have AI, yeah, look at that. AI cars, they're going to be really staying close to me here. It's going to be very hard to reverse. Especially when this other side comes across. But let's try and reverse properly like so. I did lock the dolly already. Okay, so we're good. So here is the vegetable farm. We'll try and reverse this to that pit right there on the far end. Hoping I get it. Looks good. Now make sure the active tool, if you're playing with this mod, the active tool is that one. And if you look in the upper left corner, it should be that one, that lit up icon right there, so that it will show you when you can unload. Let's see if that works. There you go. But sometimes it doesn't work. I have to tweak it. There you go. Looking good. That's getting filled. Alright, awesome. So now I'm going to detach from that and I'm going to load up, unload the water on that other side, the water tank, like so. But yeah, this kind of interaction is what I'm craving. Yeah, so there is a really how do you say, more end-to-end purpose of it. It's not just the actual driving, it's also the loading and unloading and maneuvering and all that stuff, and actually picking your own trailer config in the first place. So that's a huge thing, right? That kind of immersion is important. So you get to choose your own config, and depending on the config you choose, that's going to determine how effective or not you are. Like, imagine if I didn't do this. Imagine if I took in just 2 water tankers. So I'll have all the water, but I won't be able to. I have to do another trip, a second trip, just for manure. But because we're able to customize as we want, then I can deliver both in one go. You know, that kind of thinking, that kind of customization is amazing. And yeah, FarmSim has the basic stuff. Go first person. You can go inside the dashboard, the cabin, see the dashboard. TrackIR is supported. This is what I was saying a while ago, the fuel station. You can get diesel from north of the map and sell it here. That will earn big bucks. It's a bit cheaty in a way because it's super, gives you so much, but still, it's cool. Yeah, so many other things in this map, but yeah, this is one of those very creative maps. The typical map doesn't have those additional features. A typical map is focused on the farming itself, and that's all good. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm not really a farmer by default, I'm a trucker. And that's why this map really spoke to me, the Sussex Farms map. So hopefully this shows you a bit, explains a bit of the farming frenzy, the FarmSim frenzy I've gotten. It's the last couple of days, last week, and most of the week I think I streamed for 5 days straight or something, just playing farming with the guys. So yes, this is one huge part of it. But everything helps, you know, the seasons compatibility, having the trees automatically change, and the daytime, the nighttime. Don't need just need one mod, seasons, and it accelerates through the entire calendar for you. So if I show you the calendar, maybe not on an uphill, maybe once we go and settle down like so, right? So I show you the calendar. Yeah, so spring, summer, autumn, winter. It depends on what crops you have, depends on where you are, how the trees look like, how long the daytime is, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. And even the clouds are very much animated. So even though it's not the most simulation-y in terms of the driving itself, I can live with it because all the other aspects are so immersive. There's so much you can do aside from just farming. And just farming, I know, is an insult, especially to the farming fans. So I don't mean to take anything away from it. It's just that if you're watching this video, if you're watching my channel, chances are you are a trucking fan. And you might not be a farming fan. Maybe you are as well, but we have more trucking fans than farming fans for sure. So I wanted to make this video to illuminate that aspect. Look at this one. When you're loading stuff, you don't just load magically. You actually need to go down, activate the thing, and then we have to position ourselves. Maybe move forward a bit. Make sure that the trailer is on top of that dispenser, and from there we can buy more manure. And look at that. Now it's filling up. And you can actually see it filling up. Yeah, you know, that level of interaction. And no, it's a pretty crappy job. Sorry. I know it's not the best example, it's not the most appetizing example, but yeah, that level of immersion of what you can do is just so amazing. And just taking care of our animals and delivering stuff from here and there. So even with the simplified, that's how I would describe it, the simplified driving mechanics, the simplified physics, with all the stuff you can do, is just, man, so hard to resist, right? And yes, the driving can be fun, even though it can be quite primitive. It's so primitive, in fact, that there's no gearbox. Even reversing, you just press the brakes, because it was built, I guess, with controller support in mind. So shifting gears is not really the #1 priority. Yeah, the reversing is actually just holding on the brakes. You don't even shift into reverse. So it is very simplified, but it works somewhat, and it has amazing graphics, right? Look at the graphics, guys. Look at those beautiful autumn trees. Oh my goodness, love it. I'll definitely have to take a photo later and see how it works. Let me see. I'm actually missing some stuff here. There is a farm up ahead, a very skimpy farm. This is the base. Should I show you around? Maybe later. You can check that out in the streams. But yeah, that's the farm, our farm. Where we're going to though is this one here with the Scarecrow, because this is somewhere we also deliver water and manure to. So let me go and turn into this place. From there I think I can detach a bit and position myself here, just so I can unload this water. Let's see if I can do this first person. That works. That works. Let's see. Able to max it out? Not really. I'm going to... Oh, actually I could. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, I like that. Just enough water. Alright, now I think... I'm so sorry about Mr. Farmer, but I think we'll have to go through his fields right here. Because it's the easiest way around, and I could have reversed. Maybe that's a more realistic way, but it's much easier to just go straight through like that. Oh yeah, the engine sounds are not the best, but they're not bad, I guess. Yeah, you just don't have to focus on that aspect. Focus instead on all the other stuff that you can do, and it's an amazing experience. So let's go through here. I'm getting a bit of lag here, I guess because of all the farm implements we have. Later I'll show you around in the map if we have time, but I just want to share with you here this entire routine that I have of how to fill up the stuff. This is tricky, but I think that can work. So lock the dolly. It actually snaps into place like that. No sound effects. The sound effects were just for me, in case that wasn't clear. Oh, tree alert. Now I think we have to manage like so. Does that work? There we go. Deliver that. Crap. Some more. Because when the trailer hits the wood, it stops. So we have to manually do it. Okay, I think I can. Okay, that's good. It's good enough. Then don't forget to unlock the dolly so that we get that flexibility, because dollies are amazing in that way. Now it should bend to our will. There, like that. How flexible we are. Oh yeah. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but I think we can do it. There we go. Thanks to the dolly. So yeah, having the ability to lock and unlock it, I think that's the best feature ever. And that's one feature I'm sure we would all love to have in Truck Sim, don't we? Yeah, that is from the mod. I'm not sure if that's supported with any other default tractors or trailers here. Let's go through here just to show you around. This is the main base and all the stuff we have. We have animals over there on that side, cows, pigs, tractors here. Some dirty implements that we haven't cleaned yet. The sheep are over there on the left, chickens on the right. Maybe I can show that later in more detail. That's the combine we started with. Make sure not to drive over these fields because we have crop destruction turned on. I'm not sure if I can fit through there. I think we can. Sneaky. Secret entrance. Can we? Yes. Okay, good. Then we make a left here. Go straight. Oh man, this view looks beautiful, doesn't it? I think the trees really help a lot, the autumn trees. Love those colors. I wonder how winter will look like. We're going to see that soon. Look at how this accelerates. It just does it. Effortless. Slow down here. We have 2 farms here we can deliver to, but yeah, they're still good. They're still working. You can see the water sprinkling. That means there is still something there, that the supplies have not yet completely run out. So in the meantime, I can go back here and get some water. There's free water from the farm, or from this map. I guess that's somehow filtered through the ocean right there. Some kind of complicated filtration process. And we get purified water. Yes, I think it's purified. It's right here. OxyFresh, oxygenated water. Premium quality. So turn it on. And yes, you can go down your truck, right? That's something that we've always wished for. Load the water. It's filling it up right there. There's no animation outside. But I guess it would be hard to animate. But yeah, the modding community in Farm Sim is maybe on par. I would say they are experts as well, similar to how we have experts in the trucking community. The farming community modders are amazing at that as well. Let's go through here, drop off that trailer, position ourselves like so. That's the water, just go straight through. There you go. Now this one has a huge capacity. This can go up to 12,000. See the water fill level on the left. Climbing all the way 12,000. Yep. So yeah, when I say I'm playing Farm Sim, it's not really farming per se. It's actually trucking in farming. I'm loving it. I really wish eventually Truck Sim would have this level of immersion and interaction. Because they already have the driving locked into place. They can add all these lockable axles, stuff like that. Loading and unloading the stuff on your own. And this is not even the hardcore loading. If you're familiar with Farm Sim, there's actually loading of pallets. You can use a forklift to do all this stuff. I think that's too close. There you go. You can see the manure piling up there, filling up at the back. Let's keep our distance. This is not the nicest smelling, I guess. But yeah, the hook trailer, this hook trailer mechanism, I was not familiar that there was such a thing before I got exposed to it in this mod. And yeah, chances are I've probably driven a couple of these in Truck Sim on one point or another, maybe or maybe not. But I wouldn't have known because the trailers don't move themselves, right? They're already docked in. So there is no chance for me to understand how they open, how they operate. In here, you can see it for yourself. And that's just, oh my goodness, that's just so amazing to me. And that's why I can live with all the other, they say, imperfections. So each of the games have their own quirks, have their own strengths. And that's why I love playing both of them. When I'm feeling in the mood for a long drive, then definitely Truck Sim is the way to go. All those beautiful landmarks and the roads and the driving mechanics themselves, nothing can beat that. But when I want to get involved with the entire process, then Farming Sim definitely hits the spot. This one is, these are actually 2 farms, so there are 2 drop-off points here. So let me see, if I disconnect from here, okay, load that up with water. Looks good. We have still a little level of manure there. Now I can see, I cannot peek out, not like in Truck Sim, so I have to go third person. And yeah, this game I think was really built for third person. The first person was just like a nice to have, an add-on that you go to from time to time, but they didn't build it in a way that you always, that is the majority of where you spend your time in. But if you want the most immersiveness, then that's definitely something that we would want to target. That's why I try to stay here as much as I can. But yeah, makes farming and everything so much more challenging. But sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's just a pain. So your mileage may vary. Okay. Where's that? I really love this locking of the dolly, don't you guys? I know all of you can relate. If you've driven a dolly before in Truck Sim, you know the pain of reversing that. I think that was one of the rare times that I almost rage quit. Reversing a dolly. There we go. Looks good. And one more round. And we are good here. And then I can take you for a short tour, and then I can let you go. But I thought it was only proper that I shared with you this amazing stuff that I realized that I got exposed to recently, and I didn't want to keep it for myself. And this is the reason why I share stuff. It's also perfect because FarmSim became free for a limited time, I think last week. I just wish I released this video during that time, so you can, for those of you who didn't have it, you could have gotten yourselves a peek into farming for free. But still, I think even with this being paid, it will be more than worth it. And this, what I'm showing, is only a small part of the game. I mean, this is not the core functionality, right? Core functionality is for sure farming. But yeah. This is just like an added bonus of what you can do. So cool. I would love to buy a low loader at some point and actually load my tractors there when we need to go somewhere. That's going to be super cool. Because yeah, that's how it works. If you buy something here, if you buy a low loader, like if you go to the shop, go to trailers, and then there is a low loader right here, you can expect that low loader will work. So how you put your tractor in the middle, you'll be able to know how that works. Right now for me, I've never tried this before, so I have no clue how that works. So I have no clue how to get the tractor in there. And even though I've been driving that kind of trailer in Truck Sim for years now, I have no clue because that never worked, right? That never moved. That was just there. And so this is a very good exposure for me. Now that is not the best way to do it. I think what I can do is just like so. There you go. Reverse. Just perfect. Easy does it. There you go. Amazing stuff. Yeah, so it might be a bit repetitive. You have to do this like every in-game day because the levels are constantly depleting. So if you want that constant supply of money, of income, then you can do that every day. Or if you don't feel like it, then you can always stop. You just won't get income. And the farmers here will just hate you for it, but I mean, that's part of it, right? But yeah, those water sprinklers will stop when the supplies run out. Yeah, I think it's all part of the ecosystem. I think after some time, when you deliver enough supplies to them, then a contract will be available here for transporting like that. So this is from CDP to SPAR. Let's see, are there others? Yeah, sometimes there is a transport mission from this farm, the tomato farm, and you see those pallets in the distance. So actual tomato pallets will appear. You'll have to load them on your forklift, load them to a trailer, to a flatbed, strap them up, and then deliver them. That's how the transporting works here. You don't just go to the spot and you get loaded automatically. You do the loading yourself. And yeah, that's the level of immersion that I really love. So I think maybe the mod author, the map author of this one, Alien Jim, maybe he's a trucking fan, I don't know. But I like his style, that he has all these extra features for the trucking mechanism, you know, delivering diesel, delivering manure and water, selling air. Oh, that's the... Oh, yeah. No, stay away from these guys. You have not seen the ugly side of these AI vehicles yet. They were behaving pretty good in this video. They were at their best behavior, so we were lucky. But yeah, it's not always the case. That's our farm. That's our pickup. Those are our fields. But just going to park this. Maybe we can... is one more thing that is not in trucking but in here. Yes, you might have noticed my truck was a bit dirty already. Passing through and loading up all that manure does not do wonders to the paint job. But the great thing about farming, if you are not familiar with this game, is you can actually clean your trucks. So after a long day's work, go ahead and clean it. And you can see the specks, right? The dirt. And after a while, that will become minty cool. Minty fresh. Hasn't happened yet though, but I guess we just have to do it more. And there you go. I think just like that. Looks perfect now. No more dirt whatsoever. Yeah? Is it perfect? Almost. Yeah. This one's still a bit dirty, but I think... There you go. Now it's gone. Yeah, you see? Now it's perfect. That's a cool thing. So you can really clean your vehicles afterwards. Good. All in a day's work. You have mods. And you know how I am towards mods. Yeah, that's a mod in itself. Shows you the different crops from a very easy dashboard look. This is where you drop off the stuff. So here we can drop off the extra manure. Let me show you how that looks like. Those are our pigs, by the way. They look pretty happy. Are we dropping them off? Yes, we are. Through the grain door. And there are even options on how you drop this off, like from the grain door, from the back, from the side. There are options depending on the trailer you have. So yeah, all that is amazingly cool. And here we can drop off the... Let's disconnect that first. Here we can drop off the water. There you go. That should increase the total water we have. Looks like it. Right, good. Now let's reverse and get back to our trailer. If I can find it. There it is. And might have hit it a bit too hard. There we go. Alright, no advanced coupling here, but with all the other things that you can do, I think it's more than worth it, right? Let me show you to our cows. They seem pretty happy, and let me just show you around here a bit, because these cows have the best life ever. Let me show you how the view looks for them. Look at that. All the grass you need ever. And having that view on a daily basis, oh my goodness, it's an amazing life for these cows. Speaking of, how are they doing? They're good. Yeah, they're pretty happy, because you need to like supply them with water, with food, different kinds of food, yeah, with straw for their warmth and stuff. Like here you have to deliver water constantly so they don't get thirsty, and all the other stuff here. But yeah, you can probably get an idea now of why I'm really enjoying this game. There's so much permanence, there's so much you can do, and it really contributes to all the progress in your farm as a whole. Can you make it through here? Thank you. That's our other truck. Now that one is default, that comes with the game. Don't need a mod for that. It's a more typical semi. I've been using that before I discovered this mod. And that's cool in itself because I mean, look at that, right? The dashboard, the interior is not the best either. Yeah, GPS doesn't work. It's a very primitive texturing, of course, but better than nothing. And yes, it's cool. Alright, but yeah, so that's how it is in the life of a trucker in a farming simulator. Actually not sure what I would call this video, but I'm sure that I wanted to share with you the amazingness in here. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Is it a short vid? Not so short, but hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you more in the farming streams and commenting more in the farm stream videos, because it's an amazing game, I can tell you, and I hope you can see. Oh, and one last thing, the clouds are real. If I go and do a fast forward thing, look at how they just look at that, beautiful time lapse. Like, all right, anyway, all right guys, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and clumsy farming / trucking, have a good one. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, comment, share with your friends. Let's go get into farming and trucking, both of them. All right, thanks and bye bye. Clumsy farming / trucking. See you soon.